All right, do you think you can survive getting attacked by a great white shark? No. What about a lion? Also, no. What about a bear? No. What about a tiger? Also, no. Well, today I found a video called How to Survive Every Single Apex Predator. So we're actually going to learn how to survive these apex predators, such as the python, the giant otter. I didn't even know that was a predator. The orca. Okay, no one's surviving an orca. Let's be real. Jaguar. Okay, let's be real. Half of these, I'm sure the information is actually useful, but it won't equate to you actually being in the jungle and getting attacked by a jaguar. There is no way that any human would survive getting pounced on by a jaguar. There's no way that you would even be able to react fast enough. It would just jump on you and bite you in the neck and you would die. So, yeah, we're going to check it out, though. The saltwater crocodile, get out of here, man. You got a better chance playing Russian roulette than surviving a crocodile. That's ridiculous. Anyway, let's check it out. I'll leave the video in the description below. Join the Discord, link in the description, and go check out the gaming channel. And yeah, let's hop into the video.
Let's start with the ones that are least likely to attack and slowly work our way towards the most aggressive ones on the list. Number 17. Start with the ones that are least likely to attack and slowly work our way towards the most aggressive ones on the list. Number 17. Eagles. There has only been one eagle attack on a human in recent history, but one.
Really? Did it kill him?
One is one too many, so we simply can't.
I mean, eagles, I imagine if it flew very quickly or flies very quickly into your body, that it could probably kill you. You don't remember last time we watched a video of a guy that got hit in the chest with a soccer ball. He was the goalkeeper, and he died. Like, he got hit in the chest with a soccer ball, and he passed away.
Yeah. Obviously, as of right now, you wouldn't stand a chance against any apex predator. But by the end of this video, you will have the knowledge to not only defend yourself, but also come out victorious every single time. After all, knowing is half the battle, and the other half is...
No, it isn't. Let's be real, man. No one in here, no one watching this video is going to survive a bull shark, a tiger. If you see a tiger in the forest, unless you have a gun, you are going to die. I'm standing on that. Unless you have a gun, you're going to die.
Your luck. Let's begin. You have entered a 1v1 against an eagle. Now, assuming you're not a small child or a little person, you won't have to worry about being carried away to its nest. First off, you will need to cover your head and face, as eagles are known to only attack this area. So use your shirt, backpack, or whatever you have to shield this weak spot without covering your eyes, as you will be gambling them for a chance to see when the eagle approaches. As it sweeps down to attack, cover up, as it will more than likely impale you with its 4-inch talons, falling right into your trap. This will be your chance to grab a hold of it, tightly securing its body with one hand and its head.
Yeah, I imagine an eagle wouldn't be that hard to kill. Like, if you see it coming, I feel like you could grab it. And if you time it right, you could probably grab it. And then if you just squeeze it with all, like, it's dead. Like, there's no way in hell. It's like, you could probably squeeze it till it pops, honestly. It's a bird, dude.
Beak with the other.
And then you would go to jail.
Now, of course, whether you follow up the body lock with the slam is totally up to you. Number 16, leopard seals. Yeah.
Follow it up with a slam. I don't think anyone's even attacking an eagle.
I had no idea these blobs were apex.
I mean, I would probably just shoot it before I try to grab it.
Predators either. There have only been 2 documented cases of leopard seals attacking humans in recent history, with one of them being fatal. And I personally will not allow you to become one of those statistics. You're swimming in the Antarctic Ocean and a leopard seal has locked onto you. First, you must keep your eyes on the seal at all times, as you must be ready to counter its attacks. Luckily, the seal is only capable of memorizing 2. Depending on what the seal is seeing will determine which attack it chooses. First, you must know which of these 2 body types you currently have. If you're built like Figure 1, you can expect the bite and thrash attack.
That was a good joke.
Currently.
I mean, it wasn't meant to be a joke. It was a penguin or a human being. Also, why is that penguin like the same height as like a middle schooler? What's going on?
If you're built like Figure 1, you can expect the bite and thrash attack. If you resemble Shape 2, the seal will attempt the bite and drag attack, taking you deeper into the ocean to drown you. Now for
my God, I think I would rather be the penguin.
The counter. You will begin by gouging the seal's eyes with both hands.
Yeah, I heard that's what you're supposed to do. Just punch it and get rid of its eyes. Because if it can't see, then I mean it's pretty much immobilized. But yeah,
as well as punching its snout with everything and
does that really work?
Anything you have.
Why is their nose so sensitive?
And once the seal sees that you're not worth the trouble, I know
sharks, if you punch a shark in the gills, it'll just freak out and swim away. What are they? Is that like a soft spot or something?
It will surely let go, allowing you to escape and swim to land. Obviously, once you're...
Yeah, that usually happens when you stab something in the eyes.
both on land,
I can imagine that really hurts.
Pretty much secured the win, since the seal's mobility is greatly compromised, and you can go ahead and finish him off with body shots. Number 15.
I don't think the seal is going to let you punch it.
Pythons. Now, surprisingly, this is the only apex predator on the list where you will have the option of simply walking away from the fight. But I know how it is. Sometimes our egos get the best of us, and we end up taking the fight anyway. There are only a few snakes in the world that are classified as apex predators and have also attacked humans. But don't worry, I'll be teaching you.
Snake is pretty easy to kill if you have a weapon. And if you see it before it sees you, like if you're like in the middle of the woods and a snake is like crawling up on you and it bites you and it's venom, like you're gonna die. But like if you see a snake and it's not, I mean, you don't necessarily have to kill it, because I don't think snakes are that aggressive unless they feel threatened, which I mean they typically do when seeing a tall figure. But I feel like if you have a gun or like a sharp object, I'm pretty sure they're pretty easy to handle. Even though their skin is thick, I feel like a couple shots will take them out, honestly. Probably one, but I don't know. Why am I fantasizing about shooting a snake?
Classified as apex predators.
Pete, I'm sorry.
And have also attacked humans. But don't worry, I'll be teaching you how to defeat them all. Let's start with the pythons. Now, if I'm going to teach you how to defeat a python, I might as well show you how to take out the
bare hands?
Just one of them all, the reticulated python. This snake can reach
what would I do? I would probably, I know they're extremely strong if they get around you. I would probably go for the head, dude. I would grab the head and I would put the head on the ground and I would just stomp it until it's nothing anymore. I don't know how strong a snake is though, so I don't know. But I feel like I would just step on the body. Like I would just, it's long, right? Snakes are very long and they're not like too fast. So I would just step on the tail, step on it, hurt it. I'll grab a stick and smash the head in. I don't know. I'm thinking I just stomp on the head. If you get rid of the brain, then you pretty much...
Maximum weight of around 374 pounds and grow over 23 feet in length.
Yes, 23 feet long. I feel like if I can probably cut it in half without it even like seeing me or something.
If those stats make you nervous...
Or not seeing me, because it's going to see me, but...
Stop embarrassing yourself. After all, are you really going to lose a fight to a girl? Since male pythons only grow to about half that size and are hardly even worth the battle. Let's begin. You've decided to stand your ground against the python. Now, the first thing you must do is keep the fight standing. This is very important for two reasons. 1, it will prevent the snake from getting leverage and constricting at full strength. And 2, it will prevent the spectators from booing. It will only be a matter of time before the snake gets a hold of you. So you must control its head while using your other hand to grab its tail and begin unwrapping it from your body. By this point, you will be covered in snake urine, so sliding him off shouldn't be an issue. Once you're free, push the snake away from you, and as long as the snake retreats, you've officially won the fight. If it chooses to return for more punishment, repeat step 1.
Imagine you just grab the head. You grab the head of the snake and you extend its jaw. You just like when you go to the skin like a rabbit, you just rip it in half. I don't. You wouldn't be able to do that unless you were like super swole. But
Number 14, giant otters. Pick it up, body slam it. Number 13, hyenas.
Was that really that section?
Number 14, giant otters. Pick it up, body slam it. Number 13, hyenas. In Africa, hyenas are known to attack humans that sleep outside during the hot summer months.
Africa? Oh man, a hyena? I mean, you're dead if they're in a pack, dude. Unless you have a gun. But all of these you need guns for, honestly.
And I will do whatever it takes to make sure you can...
If you have a gun in most of these situations, you're probably
do that safely.
Live.
But okay, let's begin. You have just been woken up in the middle of the night by the sound of a crunch. That crunch was your leg, but that doesn't matter now. You have entered a street fight. And whether you live or get shredded to pieces depends entirely on how well you can memorize the following information. Thankfully, you were abruptly woken up from your sleep. So remembering this...
Yes, that's what humans look like when they get
Life or
up.
death advice shouldn't be a problem.
Dude, this guy's hilarious.
First, you must remain completely calm.
I like how he looks normal now.
Stand your ground, and whatever you do, never give your back to the hyena. Now, the reason you must do this is to not seem like prey, so try your absolute best to look like a predator. But if that doesn't come naturally, just mirror whatever. Try your
Yeah, I'm liking this video. This guy is hilarious, man.
absolute best to look like a predator. But if that doesn't come naturally, just
His voice is so monotone, you don't expect a joke to come.
mirror whatever the hyena does. If it takes a step toward you, take a step toward the hyena. If the hyena lets out a cackle, let out a cackle as well. Eventually, the hyena will see that you're not worth the trouble and it will run away, leaving you with an easy
I
win
feel like that's not accurate at all.
and minimal damage.
I feel like most of the situations he's gonna call the rest of his hyenas, and then you're gonna get like jumped by like 20 different dogs. Minimal damage. Yes, your knee bone sticking out.
Now, of course, some hyenas, like the spotted hyena, attack in clans with numbers as high as 100. But this video only covers how to fight 1v1s.
100.
So you'll have to figure that one out yourself. Number 12, orcas. You may not know this, but orcas are some of the easiest apex predators to defeat in the wild. Let me explain how these fights typically go.
What do you like?
You are
punch
enjoying
it in the gills?
your day swimming in the open ocean, but
Why is the sun a baby?
unbeknownst to you, you have just entered a fight with an orca. As the killer whale breaches the water all around you, you just have to do what comes naturally, which is breaking out into a complete panic. And before you know it, the fight is over. We really are a lot scarier and more intimidating than we give ourselves credit for.
What, you play crazy, they'll just get scared?
Now, I must warn you, if this fight takes place in an unsanctioned cage fight, like the ones you see at SeaWorld, the odds of winning are pretty much non-existent. After all, us humans perform best in street fights, where there are no rules.
Yeah, if it happens at SeaWorld, yeah, the human's probably gonna die. Of course.
Number
of course.
11, Komodo dragons. Since 1974, there have been 24 Komodo dragon attacks on humans, including 5 fatalities. But today, we'll put an end to that once and for all. Let's begin. A Komodo dragon just made the worst decision of its life. It chose to start a fight with you. Lucky for you, you were prepared thanks to this video. Now, in the rare case where a Komodo dragon catches you on a bad day, where you're just not in the mood for a fight, you can simply sprint your way to a victory. Since they have terrible stamina and can only reach a pathetic speed of 13 miles per hour, the average human can sprint around 14 miles per hour. So expect to dust him by at least a couple of feet. Human can
He said the average human is 14 and he's 13.
sprint around 14 miles per hour. So expect to dust him by at least a couple of feet. But if I know you like I think I do, I know that you would never turn down a fight with a Komodo dragon. So let's begin. First, you must beware of the Komodo dragon's
I
bite.
absolutely would, unless I, like I said, have a weapon of some sort.
If this attack lands, it will one-shot you, since it's highly venomous. Next, you'll exploit the lizard
What was that animation?
lands. It will
There's so much random stuff on the screen.
one-shot
dude.
you, since it's highly venomous. Next, you'll exploit the lizard's terrible mobility by running away from its charge attack in random zigzag patterns. You will repeat this counter until the lizard's stamina is completely drained. You will know you've reached this point when the lizard inevitably turns around and quits. This will be your chance to get creative and chain together whatever combos you desire, winning the fight by whatever you want. Number 10, King Cobras. King Cobras kill around 5 people per year, and you will not be one of them. Now, similar to the Cobra,
I feel like you got a sword. You get a sword. You hit one of those anime attacks. It's like head falls off or something. I feel like you could low-key pull that
kill
off. It probably won't go like that. I feel like the neck is really tough.
around 5 people per year, and you will not be one of them. Now, similar
Yes, because I watched this video.
to the python, the choice of engaging in the fight is totally up to you, since the rare option of simply walking away is available. But I don't blame you if you want to teach the snake a lesson it will never forget.
Yeah, most of these you can just walk away from. Like the eagle, you can walk away from. The leopard seal, no. The python, you can walk away from. The otter and hyena, no. If it's one of them, yeah. Orca, no. Komodo dragon, yeah. You can, like, most of these you can just not. Most of these you'd never even see. Like, I've never seen an orca. I've never seen a leopard seal. I've seen an eagle like twice. Never seen a python in the wild. I've never seen a giant otter or a hyena. Never seen a Komodo dragon. So it's like, what are the odds I'm going to run into these?
This fight always begins when you unexpectedly corner a king cobra, locking you into the 1v1. The first thing you must do is stay calm, remain as still as possible, and back away slowly to give yourself some space. Any fast movements here could initiate a strike, which again would one-shot you. Now, if you're Indian, you can simply pick up the snake and place it down in a more favorable location. But once you and the snake are in an open area, you've pretty much won the fight.
Look at the eyes of the snake.
Location. But once you and the snake are in an open area, you've pretty much won the fight.
Look at the eyes.
Since the snake will take every opportunity it can to run away. Number 9, jaguars.
So just don't be in an enclosed space. Okay.
Real quick, for the two of you out there that prefer to avoid this fight, let me get you out of the way first. You've just stumbled across a jaguar in the wild. The first thing you must do is avoid eye contact at all costs, since the cat will interpret this as a challenge. Thankfully, we mastered this skill a long time ago, so this shouldn't be an issue. Next, you must back away.
Oh my God.
We mastered this skill a long time ago, so this
is hilarious.
Shouldn't be an issue. Next, you must back away very slowly without ever turning your back on the cat, as any fast movements here can trigger the jaguar's predator instinct. If you did all of that correctly, your odds of surviving the encounter should be decent. Now, with those two bozos out of the way, time to talk to the rest of you who are itching to let your hands go. So let the mental warfare begin. First, you must make yourself look as big as possible, lifting your shirt, backpack, child, or whatever other disposable items you may have. Next, begin to shout at the cat in a stern voice. This should intimidate items you may have.
The baby's in the he threw the baby in the bush over here.
Begin to shout at the cat in a stern voice. This should intimidate the cat. In the rare instance that the cat chooses to attack, you must stand your ground and protect your head at all costs, as it will attempt to crush your skull. In many instances, if the jaguar's initial bite fails, the odds of it fleeing are very high. But if it does manage to latch onto you, you must punch and elbow the cat's eyes and snout with all of your power to convince the cat that you're not to be messed with. Remember, others have successfully backed down a jaguar attack, so you can too. And before you know it, you will be the one standing in—
I feel like the people that— I feel like you're gonna look like this though. It might walk away, but it's probably walking away so it can go plan another attack on you, not to just
in the jungle.
There's no way. Unless you stab it in the eyes, I mean, then I could see it runs away. But, dude, you're not going to be thinking about that when you have a jaguar latched onto your neck.
In the cat's blood and asking for more. Number 8, mountain lions. In North America, there have been around 30 fatal mountain lion attacks since 1868. Mountain lions are ambush predators, but there are many videos here on YouTube where they change their play style and instigate fights with humans head on. And that's the style of
I've seen mountain lions run into
fight we will be focusing on. Now, the most common mistake people make when they encounter an aggressive mountain lion is believing that they are in any real danger to begin with, since the 1v1 was against their dog. Now, assuming you're alone, the fight has become much easier. First, you must never break eye contact with the cat. Run away, crouch down, or turn your back to the animal. But once you're dialed in, let the mental warfare begin. Start by yelling at it. Next, lift your shirt over your head and appear larger. And lastly, swing your arms wildly to show off your insane speed. This will remind the cat that it is incredibly outmatched. In the rare chance that this doesn't work,
I'm sure this works.
Will have to initiate plan 2, which is walking the entire trail backwards as the cat continuously charges at you.
Yeah, that's what I've seen.
In the hopes that you will trip and fall. But this next step is crucial if you want to win. Quickly grab a rock from the floor and toss it in the direction of the cat, which will quickly scare it off. There's only one video on all of YouTube where a guy does exactly that, which means it works 100% of the time. Number 7.
Only one video, yeah.
Alligators. There are an average 10 to 15 alligator attacks per year, with around 2 of those being fatal. Most of them occurring—
I feel like you could just run away from an alligator, though. It depends where you are. If you're like on like a pond and it's just there and it starts running at you, I feel like you could run away. If you're in any way athletic, if you're like some 40-year-old mom who hasn't seen a gym since high school, then like, no, you're gonna die. But like if you're like a average— you don't even have to be like a athletic. You could just be like an average guy, you know, or like it just outrun. I feel like at
Florida.
least.
And I want to make sure that you guys can enjoy Florida's fatal, most of them occurring in Florida. And I want to make sure that you guys can enjoy Florida's amazing weather. The entire 3 months of it. Rule number 1, never enter the water in amazing weather. The entire
hurricane season, June, July. That's real cold. Wow.
3 months of it. Rule number 1, never enter the water in states that have alligators, as a fight there is a guaranteed loss. With that out of the way, let's begin. An alligator has decided to gamble its life by entering into a street fight with you. This matchup shouldn't be a problem, as you will have many options from the start. You can taunt the takedown, baiting the alligator's charge attack, which is easily countered by sprinting in a straight line, quickly depleting the alligator's stamina bar. Of course, you can further slow it down by spamming calf kicks, reducing its mobility further. Another option is simply running around it in a circle, taking advantage of its terrible turning radius. At this point, it's only a matter of time before the alligator
gets super dizzy,
admits defeat, and leaving you with an easy W. Number 6, bears. Over 40 people are
running three circles around it and then just take off in one direction. It probably won't even see you run in that direction. That's actually a good strategy. I'd probably use that. Picture this is the alligator, this case, just run around it and gone.
Are attacked by bears every single year. But today, it all stops. Grizzly bears and polar bears have obviously...
You are going to die if you run into a polar bear. I think polar bears are the most aggressive, I'm pretty sure. But climate change, we don't got to worry about them. We're already we're killing them anyway. But grizzly bears... Best thing is just have a gun, man, honestly.
Spec'd into the tank build, so they're going to require as much knowledge as possible to defeat. I will cover both fighting strategies, so by the end of this section, you will be completely comfortable around both of them. Let's start with the easier of the two, the grizzly bear. A grizzly bear typically enters a fight when it's threatened, has cubs, or is caught by surprise. That's why I highly recommend you carry a Bluetooth speaker and play it at maximum volume anytime you're in a public park, which would be greatly appreciated by other visitors. Now, if by some reason a bear is crazy enough to pick a fight with you, don't worry. You'll be prepared for just that. First, you'll need to warm up by curling up into the fetal position and playing dead. Now, make sure to hold this power stance, even if the bear begins to chain together attacks. And with a little bit of luck and a lot of heart, the bear should eventually back off, seeing that you're a tank build as well. Now, fighting a polar bear is basically the complete opposite of what you just learned. Unlike the grizzly bear, the polar bear will attempt to eat you if it's slightly hungry. He'll basically take a look.
It'll just maul you for no reason.
Look at you and think to himself, yeah, I could eat. Which has happened around 75 times since the 1870s.
Wow.
Luckily, if you're in a pinch, playing dead against a polar bear will end the fight very quickly, in about 3 bites or so. If a polar bear locks onto you, you must try your best to look intimidating, doing all the usual tactics. And if you're attacked, you must fight back with everything you
Yeah, then it stands up and it's as tall as a basketball goal. Yeah, that's not really going to work.
Targeting its eyes and nose. Now, you're probably thinking, physical attacks won't do much to a polar bear. Wrong. And to prove that, there's even a famous saying. If it's black, fight back. If it's brown, lay down. And if it's white, good night. So obviously, physical attacks work. Number 5, wolf. With around 500 wolf attacks around the world.
Has there ever been a person that has survived a polar bear attack? Probably not.
Since 2002. This is a matchup you need to get familiar with. I'm just gonna say it now. I don't want to read in my comments that you were attacked by a wolf after this video drops. Alright, let's begin. First things first, let me cover what you should never do. Don't run. You're not fast nor agile enough. And never bring your dog to wolf country, as they're known to provoke an attack. So quickly take them out. With that out of the way, let the fight begin. You must stand your ground and keep eye contact at all times. Do all of the usual things to appear as large and intimidating as possible. This should make the wolf think twice before attacking you head on. If the animal does charge, it will more than likely latch itself onto your arm, which sadly means he fell right into your trap. As you let elbows...
Then you hop on his back, you put it in a headlock, and you break its neck. That's what you
rain
do.
Down on its eyes, snout, and head. The wolf will have no option but to retreat. If the 12 to 6 elbows are not having an effect...
Well, did you win the fight? Most of these are just ending in retreats. You're just... I guess you're surviving. So yeah, that's the title of the video, surviving. I guess it works.
Begin gouging its eyes. And if that doesn't work either, you will have to resort to dirty and cheap tactics. Blowing on his face. Number 4, sharks. These 3 sharks have been responsible for thousands of attacks on humans, averaging around...
Sharks aren't that aggressive, though. That's the thing. People think sharks are a lot more aggressive than they actually are, but crocodiles are way more, like saltwater crocodiles are way more aggressive. They'll just attack you and not eat you, like a hippo. Hippos will just bite people and then just continue on with their day.
70 per year, but we can all agree it stops today. Now, you would think since this fight takes place in the ocean that this would present some issues. Wrong. With the correct knowledge, a shark doesn't stand a chance. After all, the ocean was our first home. You are enjoying a beautiful day at the beach, snorkeling
and we can no longer live there anymore.
When suddenly, this wall closes behind you. First, you must remain calm and slowly work your way towards the shore or boat as you maintain eye contact with the shark. This is because sharks specialize in the surprise attack. Usually, awkward eye contact is enough to stop an attack. But in rare instances, the shark might...
I have seen like where people will look at a shark and it'll like divert. It'll swim off and then act like it's going away and then it'll come back. So yeah, the eye contact does work. It likes to attack you from behind. It doesn't like to see your face, I guess. But in this instance, it looks like he is just going to attack.
Be determined enough to approach. If he does, gently push his snout away from you. But if for some reason it gets aggressive and turns back around, this is when you'll introduce him to your legs and fist, striking its snout, eyes, and gills. Now that you're loose out there, it's time to go for the finish. Simply flip the shark upside down, initiating the tonic immobility move, a KO that will leave the shark in a state of paralysis, instantly ending the fight. Of course, if the shark is a fully grown great white, it will be extremely difficult to flip over, so that fight will just end the way it typically does, with the shark getting a mouthful of preservatives, GMOs, and food dyes, and leaving in pure disgust.
That's the funniest part of the video.
Are getting a mouthful of preservatives, GMOs, and food dyes, and leaving in pure disgust.
Funniest part of the video.
Number 3, tigers. Finally, a fair matchup. There are around 100 fatalities each year from tigers alone.
Fair. This is probably one of the hardest.
Mainly in India, Bangladesh, Nepal, and Indonesia. So for those of you who plan on visiting, pay attention. But for the majority of you, go ahead and skip to the next section. You are now in a fight with a tiger. Let's first cover what not to do.
Where are you going to get attacked by a tiger?
Don't run, crouch, lay down, or play dead. This is basically handing the tiger a win. And that's not what we're about on this channel. Next, never approach a tiger if it has cubs, since you will surely be outnumbered. And last but not least, never urinate on yourself. I'm not kidding. Urinating is seen as a form of aggression. With that out of the way, let's talk about what you need to do to win.
Wow.
You must stay calm. Back away slowly to give yourself some space. Make yourself seem as large and intimidating as possible. If the tiger still decides that you're a pipsqueak, this would be the time to show him what you're made of.
Punch it in the face.
You offer your weak arm and begin to attack the eyes, ears, and nose using rocks, sticks, and fists.
What if you only have one arm?
Once you get sick of being dragged around, you can use your free arm and stick it down its throat, hitting its gag reflex and releasing you. I didn't make that up. This guy did. If all else fails, climb the nearest tree. Tigers are terrible climbers and will more than likely leave the match instead of doing any real work.
Well, isn't that because they're too heavy and like they're not like jaguars are the worst to run into because jaguars are more aggressive and they're faster. I think they have a stronger bite too, and they're just more agile. Like they can jump insanely high. They can swim.
Number 2, lions. With hundreds of attacks per year, this matchup isn't one you can sleep on. Let's begin with what not to do. You must never run, crouch, lay on the floor, play dead, or climb any trees as that will make you an easy target. First, you must begin with the mental warfare. Make yourself look as large and scary as possible. If this doesn't work, the lion will more than likely use its charge attack, stopping a few feet away from you to see how you react. Obviously, a pathetic attack like this doesn't have much of an effect.
Weak attack.
But if the lion is crazy enough to commit to an attack, it will attempt to go for your neck. So keep your hands up and be ready to sleep him. Now, if the straight right down the pipe doesn't connect, the lion will probably latch itself onto your arm, chest.
It always goes like this. Let him take the weak arm and then beat him in the face with the right
or
arm.
leg. From here, it's time to make him pay. Chain together elbows, fists, uppercuts, rocks, and stick attacks to his eyes, ears, and muzzle. Remember, many humans have made lions quit by using rocks, and you have something much stronger than rocks: heart. And with a little bit of spit and elbow grease, you should squeak your way to a W. Number 1, crocodiles. Does it get any more pathetic than these guys? Camping the water's edge.
Pathetic?
Crocodiles. Does it get...
Look at that thing. There's no way you would survive. If you saw this, like I said, the only way you're surviving is if you have a gun, and they have extremely strong skin. So unless you have a 12 gauge, dude, or like some semi-automatic weapon that you can like riddle its skin with bullets, like... I mean, a 12 gauge. If you shoot that thing in the face with a 12 gauge, it's just going to explode. But
any more pathetic than these guys? Camping the water's edge and one-shotting humans for thousands of years is starting to get old. This might come as a surprise, but crocodiles attack humans more than any other apex predator on Earth. With as many as 1,000 fatal attacks per year, this is a matchup you can no longer ignore. Some of these crocodiles currently have a 63% win rate, so I think it's about time we lower it. Right, let's begin with what not to do. As tempting as it may be, never get in crocodile-infested waters, or even approach the water's edge, as that is where—
What is that? Is that supposed to be like a dog or something?
Never get in crocodile-infested waters, or—
What type of animal is this supposed to be? This guy's just animating stuff, just making creatures. What is that?
Even approach the water's edge, as that is where the majority of losses occur. Saltwater and Nile crocodiles are the two species that view humans as prey, so it's your job to change their mind. A saltwater crocodile has just locked onto you. First, keep your distance, as the croc will more than likely spam its charge attack, which is easily countered by sprinting in a straight line. This is because the attack maxes out at 20 to 30 meters before it drains its entire stamina bar. While it struggles to recover, you will toss your shirt over its eyes, which puts the crocodile in a relaxed, trance-like state. This is when you'll want to quickly circle behind it and rip some body shots. Of course, these will have no effect, but are
that is gonna do nothing at all.
Crucial in tenderizing the meat if you plan on eating him. And once the crocodile recovers, just rinse and repeat. You will know the fight is over when the croc no longer moves, due to the buildup of lactic acid in its legs and blood. The lack of movement could also indicate that the croc has simply died. I'm not kidding. Apparently, if crocodiles overexert themselves, they just die. Which is one of the most pathetic moves I've ever heard.
That's the same thing like salmon do when they breed. Like the mothers will lay a bunch of eggs, like thousands of eggs, and then they'll just die. Like what in the world?
Taking it so far as to not admit defeat.
Wow. Great video, man. Great. This guy's hilarious. I got to subscribe to him. Great channel. I mean, this was a fantastic video. I definitely will be checking him out some more. Let me know what you guys thought, and what animal do you think would be the easiest? What animal would you take in this challenge? If I had to fight any animal here, hands, I'm probably taking the king cobra outside, because he said it'll probably run away because they're scared of humans. So unless I'm not like in its tank by itself, yeah, I'll definitely take the king cobra or the eagle. Actually, yeah, probably the eagle, because I just never mind, that's illegal. But yeah, probably the king cobra. So let me know in the comments, what would you take? Join the Discord, subscribe to the channel. Let me know what else I should react to in the comments below. Thank you guys for watching. Until next time, peace out and have a good day.